Hello and welcome to Gaming with Bare Hands. We have a super exciting day today. We crushed the Flying Machine Challenge yesterday. It did take me 2 tries. I got 5 wins on my first try. Got shut out on some super janky stuff, which you... 1 HP on my opponent's tower was my last game. So very, very sad. But on my second try, we did 12-0. So we're going to open up. We're going to get this 100 reward flying machine here. Open up our chest. Look at all of these chests. Nothing really exciting here. But, do you see this? Oh my goodness. That is just so much juiciness. And we're going to... Don't tell Jess, but we're going to open up all of these. It's going to be awesome. First things first, we're going to look at a couple of games in that challenge, just to kind of give you an idea. My first and probably only real piece of advice here is always take the stinking Dart Goblin. Always take it. It is so incredibly powerful in these challenges. Cards like the Balloon, Dart Goblin, Goblin Barrel, really hard for your opponent to counter, and a lot of times in this game, Wild Style here had the log. Oftentimes they don't have a good answer. If they don't get arrows or log, Dart Goblin can be lethal by itself. It's so good. We're going to start off with this giant here in the back. He's going to throw down archers and then do an interesting push with a Lava Hound in front of the archers. We're going to choose to play a directly centered... whatever that guy's called, Executioner. Then we're going to play this Dart Goblin off to the side over here. Look at the Dart Goblin and the Executioner just go to town. They're going to clean things up before the log can stop that. Executioner would have done a decent job by itself, but it just packs so much punch. All of those darts. So much punch. And then we're going to get the Flying Machine behind the Giant. His Witch was a great shutdown for that. It dealt a lot of damage to our Giant, and the Skeletons distracted that Flying Machine. It does a lot of damage, but it fires just slow enough to make it... to make little things like skeletons, archers, spear goblins, they're great distractions for it, okay? So we're going to start our slow push up against. Again, he's going to be sneaky and throw that prince right at the bridge, but we had a little bit more elixir, I think, than he was anticipating. We get our bowler down, and then he freezes. Psych, we've got the Dart Goblin. Dart Goblin was just so good. Doesn't do a ton here. Cleans up the prince. He is going to actually... take care of the Dart Goblin with the log pretty much this entire game, but before the log hits the thing, it deals so much damage. We are going to kill all of these backup units, and then look at how much, 1250, I think it gets 5 shots off on the tower if it's not answered. 1250 down to 540. That's 960 damage, guys. That's almost 1,000 damage for an unanswered Flying Machine. That is a sick card. I'm curious now how much damage a Musketeer does by itself. I don't know. We're going to clean up this hog here. We've got the Dart Goblin dying again to the log, but it did quite some decent cleanup, like I said, before that log hits. We're going to get the Executioner on the Lava Hound here. Maybe not the best placement on the Executioner, but we're able to get the flying... The reason I say not the best placement, weird heal spell for me, is weird placement, because you want him behind the Lava Hound so when backup units come over the river, the axe also hits them. Playing it up close to the bridge means he turns around as the Lava Hound goes by. Just real noobish. We've got the Flying Machine over there on their side just doing a ton of damage to everything while we throw tanks in the middle. It was just brutal. Range is awesome. Okay, this next game we have here in the jungle arena, we go ahead and pick the log, because even though poison does more damage to towers, I find the utility of the log in these challenges is pristine. Then we get the option for the Dart Goblin. So we take the Dart Goblin, we've got a couple of tanks, the log, and the Dart Goblin. So this is just going to be nasty. We're going to have the Lava Hound just to throw in the back. I don't think we play that I don't think we play... Well, we might play the mortar a little bit. He goes ahead with a hog. So we're going to get our Electro Wizard down here at the bridge to stun it. Get 3 stuns before the hog actually gets to the tower. The hog is going to get 3 shots off on our tower, but considering we have so much elixir invested over on the right-hand side, I didn't think it was that bad. Wrong. We spent our Electro Wizard on the left, he Inferno Towers on the right. Really good playing on his part. We throw our Dart Goblin down here, and even though it doesn't do a whole lot, it actually gets rid of the Ice Golem and then does no damage to those archers. So kind of underwhelming on that push there. He did a great job of splitting up our focus, counter pushing, and then having the answer to our large elixir tank there with the Inferno Tower after we had played our Electro Wizard. So, good job. We haven't done damage to the right-hand tower. We've taken a lot over here, so what I'd like to do is get a tank going over here on the left-hand side, so that if he throws a hog on this side that we already have damage on, everything we play to defend the hog will then also be backing up the tank. Understandable? Electro Wizard now is there to answer the Inferno Tower, which... Now that we knew he had an Inferno Tower, that was important. We're going to log away this Princess, and then just deal so much damage to this left-hand tower. At this point, I know I can just rocket out that tower on the left-hand side, so I think we want to focus our damage on the right. Let's go ahead and get the mortar down, simply to soak damage. Really wish that archer wasn't there, because she took care of our skeletons, and we had to spend a little bit more elixir on this Dart Gob on the left-hand side. And then, as I often see, the card to stop the Dart Goblin is just a little bit too late because of the insane range, and we actually sneak that tower out. We do a tank and spank with the Giant here for the flying machine, and then also with an Electro Wizard. He does a nice poison here, but our Electro Wizard is actually going to walk out of the poison. I want to say we log the Princess, but what we do instead is throw the Lava Hound into an Inferno Tower. This is me not paying attention. It's okay though. We're so far ahead this game that even a sloppy play like that wasn't going to lose it for us. We get the Dart Goblin down into the poison, but we did need to deal some burst damage to the hog. Thankfully, our Electro Wizard doesn't go down into the poison, and then with the flying machine here dealing damage to our Electro Wizard, we get skeletons down here to actually redirect the thing. Time is out, and I'm pretty sure this rocket... I should have hit the flying machines. It hit right on their shadows. I really need to learn where you need to target, because that would have been disastrous if time didn't run. And last but certainly not least, we have our final 12-0 game against Natsu here. We give him the Spear Goblins because Fire Spirits counter them. We take the Flying Machine because it's great against the Goblin Gang. I'm going to take the larger tank in most instances because I find that having that Golem push is difficult for them to answer, and then Clone is only really great in certain situations. They'd have to get really lucky to make Clone really beneficial. So we take the... Excuse me, we take the obvious choice in the Three Musketeers there. Even though our deck is really expensive, I don't want Clone. I'm just going to leave it at that. We don't want Clone. We've got archers coming down the lane here. His Musketeer's going to clean things up. I'm going to actually just play the Princess, and he does a weird play. A Clone on a single Musketeer running down the lane. Really weird. Fortunately, or unfortunately, whichever it is, our Princess doesn't shoot at the Musketeer, so he gets good damage off there, but then he still has to answer our Princess, and look what he's got! It's disastrous. He's got the Dart Goblin, so we're at a huge disadvantage here. We go ahead and throw down our Golem, because I felt like we were at an elixir advantage at that point, and as it comes up to the river, I question my opponent's... that's just a weird play. Maybe he meant to play the Musketeer in the back there, or the Spear Goblins. We go ahead and just play some cleanup here. Our Golem, even though he's going to poison the stuff behind the Golem does so much damage to the tower exploding, getting a couple of hits off there. Even after our backup is dead, it takes the tower down to below 1400. And I'm sitting pretty. He throws some goblins down. We have the Fire Spirits. That's why we picked the Fire Spirits. And I want to start up another Golem, but I think I actually split Three Musketeers here because he just used his poison. So I kind of figure he's going to give me a huge elixir advantage if he doesn't play anything. And if he does play something, it's going to die to the Three Musketeers because he doesn't have his spell. So he chooses to go with his Royal Giant in the back, which I think was a decent play, but it doesn't leave him with a ton of elixir. He's going to get his Musketeer down to help, but we counter push on the left-hand side and just demolish that tower. Timing-wise, I think we just had an advantage there because he didn't have a spell in hand. We're going to choose archers for the graveyard. At this point, I knew our tower was gone, so I'm just trying to play conservatively so I can have a push to go toward his right-hand tower, which is pretty much dead at this point. We just need to not be really, really sloppy. His poison almost clipped our princess there. We'll back up this golem with the flying machine. The golem sustained so much damage from those goblins, but we were able, about half health, to get the arrows down there. And yeah, he has the right idea, cloning the Dart Goblins behind his tower there. There's just too much of a push going on here. And check out the raged flying machine. Goblins dying to fiery arrows. We deal so much damage. I would have liked to sneak that 3-crown in there, but we're going to run out of time. Let's just go ahead and throw our 3 Musketeers in the middle here to make sure that he doesn't get cheeky with a Royal Giant. He throws just a Desperation Graveyard Poison in the back here, but time is over, and we secured 100 flying machines. And now, before we open up the other chests and such, we are going to collect our reward, 100 flying machines. I can't wait to upgrade this thing. And give me some more. That would be nice. I'd like to get this thing up to a decent level so I could use it on the ladder. There's the Tesla. Here's the Zap. Battle Ram. He dies to the flying machine. He dies to an equal level fireball. So you won't feel as bad. Unlike Musketeer, when you have an under-leveled flying machine, they fireball it and it dies. You won't feel quite as bad when that happens, because it would happen anyways. Here is Lightnings. I didn't get any flying machines. So let's check out our other chests. No flying machines. No flying machines. Crown chest, what do you got? Give me some flying machines, would you? Hey, we got a Dart Goblin. I thought you were more likely to get cards that you didn't have a lot of. Come on! Alright, let's go ahead and get those giant chests, see if we get some more flying machines, and then snag that legendary chest there, because 5,000 gems is going to set me up for future video opportunities doing challenges and things like that. So I view that as a very good deal for me. Alright, giant chest number 1. We get 860 gold, some ice golems, some dart goblins. We ranted enough about them this video to say I'm happy to get them. 27 flying machines. Thank you. And some cannons. Woo! We're almost up to 819 more cannons for max level cannons there. Woohoo! Giant chest number 2. Give me more. 860, a bunch of arrows. That's close to max too. Some balloons, some bats. Guys. Oh my goodness, come on! Give me some flying machines! This right here is setting me up for the future. What do we get from the legendary chest? Please give me something I need another of. I really dislike Lava Hound. But it is a legendary card nonetheless, and leveling that bad boy up is still good. Let's not be salty. We're just gonna snag the rest of these gems here. Bloop, 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 bloop. Una más, por favor. Gems. And we get to see the whole picture, which doesn't happen a whole lot for us. Check it out. Well, guys, I hope you had success of your own in the flying challenge. Perhaps you are yet to have success. Good luck. Crush it. Choose that Dart Goblin. And as always, have fun. Thanks so much for stopping in for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment down below. Hit that subscribe button, and can't wait to see you in the next episode. Wherever you are in your day, make it awesome. I'll see you later.